If you recall, back in 2018, Eminem, Machine Gun Kelly have been throwing jabs at each other, and that all started back when, way a couple of years ago, when Colson Baker, known as a hip hop artist and punk rock singer, Machine Gun Kelly, he made a tweet on Twitter about Eminem's daughter, Hailey Mathers, and calling her effing hot, and which is basically talking about her very sexually, and if you then, oh, Eminem's daughter looks pretty, that would have been a pass, but he just really called that Colson. He was 21, 22 years old at the time, and Hailey was 60 years old at the time, which is pretty creepy, and anyone who is above age who said that about minor, that's literally just, you would be called out as like a pedophile. And then Eminem found out about it, and then there's also this situation where Machine Gun Kelly got removed from Eminem's radio, Shade 45, in which he actually talked about this on the Breakfast Club. And then what triggered it was actually, well, he literally, Machine Gun Kelly literally went around talking about Eminem's daughter here and there, and then after talking about her very sexually, and then he no, I said she was pretty, but everyone knows that's not true. And then early 2018, he was on Tech N9ne's No Reason Mosh Pit song with alongside K2, and he said some things about he did sneak this, and then Eminem fired back on Not Alike with the Royce the 5'9", which was a hardcore best diss track against Machine Gun Kelly, which a lot of people said, nah, that was enough. After Machine Gun Kelly released Rap Devil, which basically was a music video with he was like, it was basically like a I love you, I hate you song. It wasn't even a diss, but people were saying, ooh, bars. And the chorus was auto-tune. And then Eminem fired back with the Killshot, and that was just the end of the line. Machine Gun Kelly tried to fire back on his album 13 Hotel Diablo and 13. But that wasn't enough, and Eminem just did some shots back on Music to Be Murdered by Side A, Side B. On some tracks here and there. And that was the last of it. So, Machine Gun Kelly, he was very successful in the punk rock after switching, as he was kicked out, and he was and he'd make songs with Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker, and then also he made songs with Avril Lavigne, Jaden Hossler, British rock artist Youngblood, Bring Me to Your Horizon, and blackbear, and some other artists here and there. But he also got into fights with, again, Corey Taylor of Slipknot. Bad move. And now, Machine Gun Kelly tried to do some rap songs here and there, and he decided to finally take shots at Eminem again. And he decided to collaborate with another person who criticized Eminem's songs on his album that was released in 2017, Revival, which people rated it one of Eminem's worst albums because it has some political songs here and there, but Marshall, he was supporting the African American here and there, and also some good message in here. They're also collaborating with Beyonce on Walk on the Water. But just because it doesn't seem it didn't strike as hard as Eminem's previous albums, people were criticizing the album like, oh, you suck, and instead of actually listening to the meaning of the songs. And nowadays, hip-hop artists, they're just, they listen to the producers like, oh, the catchy hook, and people were so focused on that, and instead of like, how much effort did you actually put into the song, like as a singer-songwriter? Did you write your songs? So the person who also criticized the Revival was Detroit rapper Tee Grizzley. Now Eminem and Tee Grizzley being two Detroit rappers, and everyone knows don't insult the Detroit rapper, because New York rappers, they also have this thing, little pep going, and then Compton hip hop artists have their thing, Long Beach artists have their thing, LA has their thing, and then East Coast, Atlantic, they have their thing. But when the people, artists from outside their little groups collaborate with each other, sometimes a little beef can get involved. And if you have listened to all the hip hop back in like the early 2000s and 1990s, you would know that. And how Eminem and people who are musicians from the New York area have gotten into little beefs that turned into big beef label fights, and let's just say it didn't go well for the people who decided to try to pick a fight. And they have not been the same, like Ja Rule. That involved the 50 Cent. The Tee Grizzley criticized the Revival album, and Of course, Eminem struck back in music to be murdered by. And also Kamikaze that before. Big Sean, a Detroit rapper, he released his Detroit 2 album, and it was that Friday Night Cypher. That was the only song where both Tee Grizzley and Eminem were on it. M goes last. So that was the only time they actually end up meeting. And there was no issues until they decided to turn the tables, and Tee Grizzley decided to side with Eminem hater Machine Gun Kelly. And no, this is not a Machine Gun Kelly song. This is like off Tee Grizzley's song off his label Grizzly Gang 300 Entertainment label, which his album is the 16-track album Teaser Coney Island, which is a tribute to the Detroit Niner Coney Island. So the song is called The Sopranos, which features Machine Gun Kelly. So apparently the music video was shot in Detroit. Yet, if you have an issue with the Detroit artist, you cannot perform in Detroit as hip hop artist Trick, who had formed his little triangle, which anyone who had an issue with Detroit artist or has no respect for a Detroit artist, they cannot perform in Detroit. And that's what, and just you should hear back what happened to Rick Ross when he tried to perform in Detroit. So actually, the Sopranos song was actually recorded in Cleveland, which is Colson's hometown. So apparently, Machine Gun Kelly raps, "Look, it's out to the fight, let's over, can't say shit. That's like revenge, I'm in Detroit, you know what the fuck I'm man ho." And actually, if Machine Gun Kelly was actually caught in Detroit, Trick Rick would, he has connections, and Detroit, as you know, they have their group of people that is unlike the New York group of hip-hop artists, and Compton, Long Beach, and LA. So if Machine Gun Kelly was even caught in Detroit, people would be like, "Boo, F you," and then they'll be playing Killshot and or not alike. Or he would get pelted with a whole bunch of insults. Because you don't hear Eminem, Marshal Mathers talk about MGK, Colson Baker's kid, Casey Baker. And you don't really hear stuff about Casey Baker because depends on how Machine Gun Kelly is raising Casey, and whether she goes to public school, private school, or is she just following Daddy around while he dates Megan Fox or goes here and there, or does she get education online? Because we don't really hear about her, and we don't need to hear about her. Yet people are always following Eminem's kid, Hailey Mathers. And remember, Eminem keeps his biological daughter, Hailey, and his adopted kids' daughters away from the spotlight. And recently, Eminem's daughter, Hailey, she was prom queen at the university she went to, and everyone who is like a proud parent would go to the college or university to congratulate their kid. If parents are allowed or guardians are allowed to go in and congratulate their kid, see them walk on stage, get a photo taken, and then go and meet mommy or daddy or whoever the guardian is. But unfortunately, Eminem's famous, not just in USA or Canada, but he's famous worldwide and his big influence. Though he had to stay in a classroom while it's all being recorded, and he's seeing it through a webcam. So he couldn't just go in the same auditorium where everything is all happening and go up and hug his daughter, shake hands, take a photo with her, because people will instead turn the camera on him instead of his daughter's moment. And regarding Eminem, he is a big influence to a lot of other people. So while people in USA that has been trashing on him just because he didn't sound like the same Eminem they used to know many years ago, he opened the door for a lot of people, not just in USA or Canada, but also here in Europe, Asia, and Africa, Pacific Coast, South America. Because you will hear like people in England, these African British artists, they used to try to copy the style of artists over in the USA. Idris Elba, who is as you know, actor, hip hop artist, and DJ, he had said that hip hop artists over in England used to imitate the styles of USA, but now they started to create their own style and their individuality. Now, how do you expect Korean hip hop artists to suddenly just they got influence from a little somebody? Eminem is allowed over there, and if you ask a person in Europe or Asia or Africa who their favorite hip hop artist is, they will probably name someone local, or they will mention Eminem. They will have never heard of Benzino, Ja Rule, Avril Lavigne, Melly Mel, Machine Gun Kelly, Nick Cannon, until those people decided to diss Eminem and Eminem shot back. Think about it. Those people might be only known in USA, but somebody influenced them to start their own path. Might as well give their respect to the GOAT, Eminem, for start influencing so many people worldwide.